Blacklist, Hunter here, and today we're going to talk about Morel and simply explain why he is a true warrior and an exceptional net user in the Hunter x Hunter universe. There are a lot of things you can say about this character, but a phrase that describes Morel is that he walks the talk. When he was first introduced, he gave Killua a lecture on why he was weak and was disqualified as a fighter since Killua ran the moment he saw the intimidating aura of P2, and Morel stated that a warrior must always go into a fight with a certainty that he will win, fighting with 100% confidence, and that is what a true Nen Master is all about. Now, is Morel a Nen Master? Without a doubt he is, even if Morel is not as proficient in certain areas of Nen like N for example, he certainly is a master of aura manipulation, and the immense will combined with the confidence that Morel has makes him a threat to any Nen user. Not only Morel is an incredibly skilled Nen user, he also has immense combat experience while also possessing great strategic capabilities. Now imagine this, if Knuckle, Morel's student, has over 5,000 fights, how many has Morel fought then? Morel is probably in his 50s, and while we don't know when he learned Nen, if he learned it in his teens let's say and got his hunter license, it's not a stretch to say that Morel has had more than 10,000 battles in his lifetime. Morel once stated that he had never seen anybody with a more versatile Hatsu than his, and that speaks volumes on how overpowered Morel's Nen ability is. There is a reason Netero chose Morel for the Chimera Ant Hunt, simply because Morel's Nen ability is too flexible and can be used in many different ways. At first, we saw Morel use the smoke to cover the whole forest as a fog. He confused the Chimera Ant soldiers and captains, taking them out one by one in combination with Nov. Morel is a good-hearted person but merciless in battle. Just like Netero, Morel only respects the strong people, those who have will and determination. Now I gotta say man, Morel is simply too strong and such a great well-thought character. I personally have a lot of respect for this warrior. Now I said that Morel walks the talk, and here is how we can prove it. First off, it's the fact that Morel had been fighting all day and night continuously and went into the palace invasion at 35% of his full power, which makes me wonder how strong is this dude really, because even with 35% of his total strength, he performed so damn well. Now Morel lectured Killua, but when he came face to face with the royal guard, that being Poof, Morel still had the confidence and wasn't shaken at all despite fighting a monstrous Nen user. Morel before fighting Poof even fought Cheeto, so Cheeto had gotten a new ability, and Morel was so perceptive he could tell that Cheeto had gotten stronger and he had a different vibe altogether. So Morel knew without a doubt that Poof was very strong, but still went in like a warrior, staying true to what he states about Nen battles. What he said to Killua, he applies it to his own self. The fighters don't know the abilities of each other, and a slight mistake and hesitation can change the whole direction and outcome of the fight. Morel is stated to be a great Nen user in the charts by Togashi, and he fought a genius Nen user like Poof and still managed to survive and impress Poof with his mental fortitude. At some point when Morel had trapped Poof with a smoky gel and Poof was preparing his escape, Yuppie was yelling from outside looking for Poof, and Morel, even though worried that his comrades might have been killed, he was still focused on finishing the mission at hand until the very end. So Morel was so vigilant in his mission, so determined, and had unwavering conviction. Hell, even Poof said that Morel has the qualities of a warrior, and you can definitely trust Poof because he's one of the smartest characters in the series. So even Poof broke down the qualities of Morel, that being that he is unshakable, vigilant, smart, strong, and has an iron will. Now Morel not only has a pipe by which he produces smoke, he certainly is quite strong physically without any smoke at all. So I'm pretty sure that Morel can beat up Pokol, Tesgera, Genthru at 35% of his power using only melee based attacks. So Morel is certainly a high-end Nen user with tremendous strength and an exceptional ability. We have seen Morel use his smoke in various ways, such to produce smoke rabbits to confuse the hell out of Pito's End. We have seen Morel use the smoke as a rope, probably enhanced by Shu because it's really flexible but unbreakable. Morel has out-strategized not only Cheeto but even Leol, who was significantly more smarter and cunning than Cheeto. Morel, when he was trapped by Cheeto's ability, carefully observed and decided his best options and played exactly the game in which the opponent had the disadvantage, and for Cheeto's case it was patience and lack of observation. So Cheeto was caught with a splendid plan which was genius really. So Morel Morel is a genius at devising plans on the spot, staying steps ahead of the opponent and outsmarting them. Of course, it depends on the environment and what kind of level of an end user the opponent is, but Morel is certainly very overpowered. Morel's ability was also praised by Pito at some point. Pito was impressed by the quality of these smoke puppets that Morel had produced and even expressed the will to fight Morel, but of course Pito couldn't fight Morel as she had to stay in the palace. Now we all know Morel is a manipulator, but he is quite skilled at other affinities as well. It's also stated by Knuckle that before meeting Yuppie, he had never seen anyone with more aura reserve than Morel. For example, enhancement, we definitely know Morel can enhance his strength. For example, he totally transformed against Gon, boosting his overall physique and strength. Morel was able to take a hit from a royal guard such as Poof, and it was a sneak attack, so Poof definitely put some power into that. Also, Morel was able to keep Deep Purple active without his pipe and fight against Yuppie extremely exhausted. Another royal guard stolen time by using the smoke puppets to distract Yuppie, and ultimately Morel was ready to die like a warrior and wasn't scared at all. Even Hisoka at his final moments thought of death, and of course he accepted it, but Morel also accepted the fact that it was the end as a true warrior, but ultimately he was saved. So Morel's ability is useful in almost any situation, and Morel can simply attack a net user like Poco with only his pipe, and Poco would get defeated really. So we know that Morel is a awarded hunter, a 1-star sea hunter, and Morel's true confidence is in his lungs, as he stated that he can keep his breath underwater for long periods of time and is second to none. We saw how Morel stayed underwater during the Leol fight and completely filled the whole place with dioxide carbon, consequently poisoning Leol. Morel's most dangerous ability though are the smoke troopers, as he can create more than 200, but if he sacrifices for quality rather than quantity, he can create 50 solid ones, which are really complex and very strong, so they can be used various ways to attack the opponent, confuse them and ultimately get a win. So a 100% full power Morel is a beast and a truly an outstanding warrior. If he traps you inside that smoky jail, you better know that you're not getting out alive. I'm positive that Morel can manipulate the smoke inside and possibly do more tricks if he has the aura. All in all, our man Morel can match up against anybody, no matter who it is, without any fear or pressure from any aura. That's all I want to say. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Let's reach 1000 subscribers, and I'll see you in the next Hunter x Hunter video.